So like AP Psych is 3 credits. You have dual credits.
Okay. Let's talk about college.
You have 6
Okay.
credits. Dual credits.
Okay. What we're talking about today is the start of the unit circle, and specifically terminal angles. Terminal angles and sides. Terminal means situated after forming the end of something. A little English vocab for you. How we use it in math is an angle that starts in standard position. So standard position is kind of like starting at your positive x-axis. And then your terminal side of an angle is where you end up to form that angle. So like if I wanted to make a 90-degree angle, I would start here and bring my side up 90 degrees like there. Okay, so this would be my terminal side, and this is just my starting position. Okay, and then this is my terminal angle. Okay, so just kind of some vocab. Those are just a lot of fancy words. I guess what's important, terminal side is kind of the final position. So between your starting position and your terminal side, those are what creates your angle. Okay. Coterminal angles are two angles that look the same. Okay, coterminal, you pretty much just add or subtract 360. So like, you know, the angle 0, that's here, and then angle 360 looks the exact same. Okay, does that kind of make sense? Kind of, sort of? Or like if I said, here's 90 degrees, I could also call this negative 270 degrees. I end up at the same place. Okay, so coterminal, we'll get to that a little bit, but just means it's the same angle, just a different way of naming it. Like I said, add or subtract 360. The important part here, positive. When we have a positive angle, we are going counterclockwise. Those of you who don't know counterclockwise, that would be this way. Negatives go clockwise, so they go this way. Okay, so this angle would be a positive 90 degrees. This angle would be a negative 90 degrees. Okay, both starting here. Negative, we go clockwise. Positive, we go counterclockwise. Okay. I think we're done with vocab for now. Okay. Questions so far? I know there's just a lot of scribbles, but hopefully it makes sense when I start doing this. Okay, we are going to sketch. Now, granted, these are rough sketches. I definitely don't expect perfection. We're not going to get out protractors or anything. But we are going to sketch an angle in standard position. First one, 100 degrees. Okay, the way I like to do this is always start with just a plain axis. Axis? Blank. Axis? Yeah, axis is like one axis, whatever. You know what I mean. No? You got your X and Y stuff, just standard, okay? If this is my starting ray, this is always where I start my positive X, I need to go 100 degrees from there. Well, my 100's positive, so since I'm going positive, I'm going counterclockwise. So I'm going this way. How much is this line right here? 90. So should I be to the right of that line or the left?
The left.
The left, because I need to go past 90. I'm only going about 10 more degrees, so something that's probably way too much, but close. Something more than that 90, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to label our rotations. We're going to draw this arrow to show that we went positive. Okay, this little arrow here means we went positive. Obviously, your angles should have arrows. And then in here, I know my pen's fat, but we're going to write 10 degrees. Okay, now what that 10 degrees represents is 10 degrees past that 90. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Questions? Okay. Arrow inside shows positive. This 10 degrees is 10 degrees past the 90. If you want, you can write 100 degrees down here. When we talk about more than 180, I do the whole angle. Yeah. Okay, so we're good there. Oh wait, negative 215. Again, we're gonna start with our standard XY. I'm going negative, and I start here. Negative, do I go clockwise or counterclockwise? Clockwise, so I'm going this way. I'm going down, okay? Down, negative, kind of. 215, well, this line is negative 90. This line would be what? 180. What's this line? 270. So I'm in between here and here, right? So kind of in the middle, kind of, sort of. Like I said, we are not exact whatsoever. Okay, let's draw our arrow showing that we went negative. Okay, and I'm going to write negative 215. But let's also write how much is in here. Well, how can I figure out how much is in here? Yeah, if this is 180, 215 minus 180 will give me what this angle is. So 215 minus 180 gives me how much? 35? So we're going to label this 35 degrees, and that's this angle right here. Okay. So we got our arrow showing negative. We got the big angle, negative 215, and that small angle after 180 is 35 degrees. Okay. Questions?
You always start with that arrow.
With the positive X, like my arrow here? Yeah. Okay. Then we got 270 again, starting standard. My starting side. Okay, my 270 is positive, so am I going counterclockwise? Am I bringing it up first, or am I bringing it down first? Negative, clockwise. Counter, bring it up. So we're going this way, okay? This line is 90. This line is, what's this line? So I am straight down. Okay, I'm exactly on my line. Let's draw our arrow, showing which way we went. And then again, we're going to label the whole angle as 270. We don't need to write the difference of anything because it's exactly on that line.
You always have to write the difference.
I'd like it just because if you, like, let's say we were doing 215 and you drew your angle like this, even though this doesn't look like 35 degrees, if you label it, then I'll know what you mean. Does that make sense? Doesn't take that much more work.
Well,
I know. Okay. Questions? Okay. Figuring out, excuse me, what angle measure is drawn. Okay, well first, you guys can see our arrow, right? Arrow's going this way. So is it a positive angle or a negative angle? It's a positive angle, okay. We know it's between what and what? 180 and 270, okay. It's more than 180, which is here, less than 270, which is here. We are going to use the fact that we have a coordinate, okay? So we're going to, I'm actually going to erase this right now. We're going to square this off to make a right angle, okay? If this point right here is negative 2, negative 2, I've got negative 2 this way, down to, what is this angle measure right here, if those two sides are the same? It's a 45, 45, 90 triangle. Awesome. So this right here is 45 degrees. Okay. How does that help? 180 plus 45, okay? I know I've gone 180, now I've gone 45 degrees more. 180 plus 45 gives me 225. Again, positive. Good deal. Questions? Okay, B is not too bad. Can you guys tell where the bold is on yours? My arrow is a positive or negative? Negative. Negative how much? 270. 90, 180, 270. Okay. Questions there? Okay. C. Am I positive or negative? I'm positive because my arrow's going this way, so positive. Same thing. I'm going to use a right triangle to tell me what my degree is, okay? So always go straight down to your x-axis, okay? Just kind of like when we were drawing, I forget what we were drawing. The triangles before. Always go from your x-axis. Okay, if my x-coordinate of this is -1, I'm going -1 on my x. And I'm going up square root of 3. Okay. Does that look like one of our standard triangles? 30, 60, 90. Which one, obviously my 90 is here, 30 or 60 is across from my square root of 3?
60.
The 60. So this angle here is 60. Does that mean I'm 60 degrees past 90? No, this makes a right angle. So if this part right here is 60, how much is the part I want? 30. So this red part is 30 degrees. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so I have my 90, which cuts off here, plus my 30. So what degree is that? And we are positive, so we're all good. Okay. Good on C? Okay, D, first thing, positive or negative? I am negative because I'm going clockwise. I am more than what and less than what? More than 90, less than 180. Gotta figure out what angle I have by making my triangle. Again, always go to your x-axis. Okay. My x-coordinate is the first one. I am negative square root of 3 over 2. My y, I'm down -1/2. Okay. It's not as standard as C was, but can you tell me what kind of triangle I have? 30, 60, 90. Okay. This time I want this angle, which is across from my 1. So is this one 30 or 60? This one is 30. So what is my red angle? This one. This one is 60. Okay. So how do I figure out my angle total? 90 plus 60, which gives me what? 150, and I am negative. Okay. Questions? When your numbers are the same, like in A, you have 45, 45, 90. Whenever you see the square root of 3 and a 1, you have 30, 60, 90. Okay. Good on drawing angles. Okay. Last thing we're going to talk about is coterminal angles. That's what I was talking about. It's pretty much just a replica of your angle. All we do is add or subtract 360. Okay? So they differ by a multiple of 360. So like I said, 0 and 360 look the same when we draw them. Okay? So if I need to find the measure of an angle between 0 and 360, coterminal with each given angle, I have 395. Should I add or subtract 360? Subtract 360. So 395 and what angle have the same picture? 35. So if I draw it, roughly it's going to look like that. Be the same as if I drew 360 and then added 35, right? Same picture. That was a real rough picture. But does that make sense? Okay. In B, I have negative 250. To get between 0 and 360, should I add 360 or subtract 360? Add. Okay. If I add 360, what coterminal angle do I get? 110. So what this tells me is 110 and negative 250 have the same picture.
Do you have to draw it?
I was just trying to make it visual. Okay, last one. I want to know which angles are not coterminal with the other three. Well, let's start with 45. Are 45 and 405 coterminal? Meaning, do they have the same picture? How can I figure out? Subtract 360 from, or add 360 from 45. Are they the same? Yes, no, maybe so. Yeah. Okay, how about can I get from 45 to negative 315? What would I have to do? To get from 45 to negative 315, I would add. Subtract 360. Is 45 minus 360 negative 315? Yes, that wasn't so confident.
Yeah.
45 minus 360 gives me negative 315. Yes. If I took 45 and added 360 to get 405, is it possible for 315 to look the same? No. So that one is not coterminal. Okay. Kinda, sorta?
Yeah.